Hi guys, Delulu Laguna. Obviously, three at the back shocked everyone. We got to talk about it more. We can't just. I mean, I know that game was crazy, but the three at the back is giving me a lot to ponder, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Firstly, again, like I said in my review, I'm all for three at the back, but I believe that for that system, for four defenders to work, for three, essentially three, and a system of five midfielders slash in incidences, people need to contribute defensively. Communication is key. Today we even showed again. I keep saying communication is key in every video, but again, Alexis and Monreal going for the same header. We saw that against Palace, going for same balls. Communication needs to be key. Spurs, I hate to say it, but our rivals, look at them. Pochettino's drilled it into them, their jobs and the other players' jobs. Not Monreal, sorry. Toby knows what Rose has to do. Rose knows where the centre back has to be. Walker knows where Vertonghen's got to be. Vertonghen knows where Walker's got to be. The both centre backs know each other's jobs. The fullback knows each other's jobs. When to go, when to stay, when to tuck in. They all move in fine tune. That is how a system works. Chelsea the same. Not only that, you see Vertonghen. On top of that, you see Vertonghen telling other people what to do. You see the midfielders drop and know when to drop and know when to go. You see the wide men knowing when to stay wide and when to tuck in. These are things that Arsenal have to learn, and we've shown we can't do as a four or however much in possession and defensively and defending. So with a three, don't know. Obviously, Ox says they've been working on it for a week. Keen to see if this is something, because of how we're going, is this something that we're going to persist with, or this is something we're looking to add to our Arsenal. I mean, we've shown we can play 4-3-3. For whatever reason, it's not used often. Obviously, we play the 4-2-3-1 and things like that. And now this, on top of that, in regards to the wide options, who plays as the fullbacks, the wingbacks? Do you put two midfielders there? Do you put two actual fullbacks there, or do you have a variety of one of each, like you saw with today with Monreal and Ox, which could be great because I mean games like say today we expected Borough to pull forward and start with Adama Traore. We could have started Monreal there because it's basically four defenders at the back. Added to that, I'm also a fan of that. Players like Xhaka who are not as mobile, or the man who's typically when we've had a pivot, people get caught in possession and there's hardly anyone to defend. Naturally, assuming there's three natural centre backs in the back three, there'll always be three players behind them. As you saw with Xhaka numerous times today, was starting to go forward and be a bit more adventurous on the ball because he had the luxury of that. Added to that, on top of that, I mean, you see players dropping deep and mixing it up. You saw Ramsey coming deep. You saw Ozil coming deep. You saw Alexis coming deep. You saw Ox tucking in. Yeah, there's all that stuff. Modern times, we're showing a willingness to adapt. I'm just happy that it makes us slightly less predictable to play. We can't draw too many conclusions based on Borough, and I mean, that wasn't a convincing game to even base a conclusion on. But it makes a team that is probably the most predictable in the league, which people have shown there's a handbook, it makes us slightly harder to play against because, I mean, you'd have to factor in a possibility that we could play that. Again, we could say to a degree an extra man in midfield helps protect certain players. You all know I think Xhaka at the moment is, while he's a good footballer, he has problems with his mobility. He's better in a three. Obviously, he's laughing if he's in a four. But yeah, again, on top of in regards to the fullbacks, I keep saying fullbacks, the wide men. That's how you know I'm used to four at the back. But the wide men, decisions have to be made because there's only two slots, and now it's not a case of we're having a fullback and a winger on each side. It's one of the other. So are we going to progress with the fullbacks, or are we trying to find a system where we don't rely on certain wide players who could be off in the summer? Who knows? Again, the key point for me is communication. Communication is key. We need to move in symphony together. We pull in different directions. Communication is clearly at all-time low at this club. Who knows? But yeah, that's how I feel about three at the back. Who knows if it's going to be a thing where we're just going to run with this to the end of the season, or it's just we're looking to add it into our Arsenal. Personally, who knows? Because we've got in the weekend, I believe we have the FA Cup. Correct me if I'm wrong. Who knows if we're trying to occupy the midfield in regards to the City game? Who actually knows? Personally, I do not have a clue. I don't know if Wenger wants to do this long term or he's just got no other options. Personally, it's probably he's got no other options, come to think of it. But again, yeah, not to waffle on, guys. Three at the back, it looks promising. Well, it doesn't look promising based on that game, but with the personnel and things like that, gives us a lot to think on. On top of that, I will say, like my last point, people like Koscielny that I alluded to in my review video, the onus has to be on them to take responsibility. Like for the Negredo goal, we've got 3 defenders. You have to take responsibility, Koscielny. Realistically, if he takes responsibility, Gabriel could have dropped off, leaving you free. 4 at the back, we see this. 3 at the back will be hell for us. Who knows what is going to happen if we're going to use this until the end of the season or what. But yeah, it gives us a lot to ponder, guys. It gave me a lot to ponder, so I thought let me bring this video out. So yeah, hope you enjoy. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't get away without subscribing, man. Don't forget to like it. Yeah, Delete Again, signing up.